Be all you can be. Wow, that can mean so much. For us, in this energy session, this is about how to live your life, or how you can live your life when you're on a spiritual path. Because those people who are on a spiritual path usually get torn between that beautiful connectedness, grace, all this wonderful Shakti and energy and the chi and the and the wonderful, and then everyday life, which often exhibits the exact opposite. So learning to rise up above the negativity, to transcend the negativity with which we're often presented, and maintaining the balance with this spiritual wonderment and the other objectives can become difficult sometimes. So that's what we're setting out to do. We're setting out a way so that we can maintain this deep inner peace, so that regardless of what life throws us, we're able to just be at peace, be in peace, and be the peace, so that you can be all you can be. I'm just radiating out some energy to start with. So let's do what we normally do. We'll keep it simple. We'll keep it easy. Then we'll do some more advanced things. And at the end, we'll do it simple again. In that way, you'll be able to just listen to that part and get a little refresher pick-me-up during your workday, whether you're making sales calls or dealing with screaming kids or whatever it is, whatever life is throwing you. A washing machine that breaks down, a flat tire. Nice to have a little pick-me-up. So let's close our eyes. And let's choose to be in the center of the core being. For those of you who have listened to many of these recordings, you'll notice that some words keep happening over and over again. You choose, you allow, and you accept. That's a big part of the process. I'm just trying to make this as simple as I can, as easy as I can. Because it is easy. And it's not me. I didn't create the process. I didn't create the system that these processes are in. I'm just helping you through it the best way I can, the way I went through it. And hopefully it helps you. So let's choose to be in the center of the core being. Let's choose to activate our base chakra. That's the one below the feet, not on the body. Let's choose to be in the I Am presence. To be at the throne of God itself. To be in the Para-Atman. And allow yourself, your consciousness, to be permeated with the energies as you take 3 relaxed deep breaths through your nose if you can, and if not, the mouth is fine. And when you're done, just choose to be in the center of the core being again, just by having that thought. I choose to be in the center of the core being. Now this feels peaceful, but this is not divine peace. So let's ask for divine peace. Not what you think divine peace is, not what you think divine peace should be. But we're just going to breathe in primordial divine peace. The divine peace that was there at the Garden of Eden. The divine peace that was there with the Creator, with God, when God created creation. And just breathe this peace in. So we're going to activate it. Means to turn it on. We're going to energize it, which means kick it up into an energized state, just like in your chemistry classes, for those of you who remember. But you don't have to understand any of that. Just allow it. Just allow it to energize. And now we want to amplify it, just like turning up the volume on a stereo. And now we want to lock it in on our node in the center of the core being. And now we're going to allow this divine peace to radiate out through our whole being. But we're going to do it step by step, piece by piece, so that it helps you increase your awareness, so that it's actually able to go in and do more in depth on your part. You have to allow it and accept it for this to work fully. There probably will be distractions. Stay focused as best you can. And when you come back to it, When you realize that your mind has taken the journey, choose to be back in the center of the core being, and we'll regain it. But let's start off with an even playing field. So just repeat after me. I command that all of my bodies immediately balance, align, center, and ground. So now we're going to allow this primordial divine peace to emanate forth from the center of the core being. We're going to allow this Shakti to expand into our electromagnetic body. It's very easy and graceful to go from the center of the core being to the electromagnetic body. The center of the core being is completely surrounded by it, part of it. The electromagnetic body has all of the chakras, all the marma points, all the nadis, all the meridians, and other things that you probably don't know about and don't need to know about. Just right now, allow this divine peace to radiate out and completely fill that body. This brings your life plan, what you've chosen in your life, to relax and to be at ease. That's your root chakra at the bottom of the spine. It helps your second chakra balance things out. It helps relax all the perturbations in your self-empowerment in your third chakra. It helps ease the communication and the connectedness through the heart chakra. E equals mc squared. Do a little bit of algebra, and we find out that mass is nothing more than the energy divided by c squared. C being a constant, a huge constant, the speed of light squared. So mass is nothing more than very, very slow moving energy. The subatomic particles continually go back and forth. Sometimes they're mass, sometimes they're energy. When they're energy, we're going to allow them to pick up this divine peace in the electromagnetic body and carry it into your physical body, into every atom. And every time I've tried to figure it out, it takes about 4 seconds. And every atom in your body is relaxed. If you allow it, and if you accept it, it's a pretty good thing. So just do that now. Allow this divine peace to be carried into every atom of your body. And maybe you'll become aware of your molecules or your cells or your muscle fibers or your glands and organs as they relax in this divine peace. Accept it. Don't worry. Don't think about other things right now. When thoughts come in, just let them pass through. To help minimize that, choose to be in the center of the core of being. Focus there. Where you're in direct connection with your divine nature, your true nature, your higher self, your soul. We're doing this in this way, slowly, to allow the resonance of divine peace to be learned by every atom and every subatomic particle in your body. So that you can learn this resonance and return to this state later on. But we're not done, my friends. Because as the cells of your body start to fill with this divine peace, atom by atom, the energy starts to emanate forth and grow and expand and it starts to affect the next body out. So allow that. Allow this divine peace, this primordial divine peace, to expand into your emotional body. Keep focused in the center of the core being. If events come up, well, those are just linkages, attachments from emotions to events that have happened with you. Those are the attachments we eventually want to lose. History is history, but you don't have to relive it each time. So let's allow that violet flame and sacred fire, if you know how to work with that, and the golden flame and the diamond white light. If you know how to work with those, go right ahead and do that. If not, use any technique that you know to use. Or just take note that this is an area that you might need to do some work in. And focus in the center of the core being again, where all the emotions are naturally at ease. Let this divine peace, this primordial divine peace, relax all the layers and sublayers of the emotional body. Some of those layers and sublayers comprise the personality, which you created and you invented for varying reasons. To protect yourself, to help yourself get ahead, to help yourself achieve your goals, all kinds of reasons. And that's fine. Allow it to be at peace. Be peace, even if it's just for now. Ah, yes. And as this starts to grow through the layers, we get to those interconnected layers, and it's this divine peace starts to bleed into the mental body. So let's allow that, allow this bleed over into the mental body, and allow this primordial divine peace to completely fill your mental body. All the layers, sublayers, and interconnected layers that make up the mind of this local incarnation. It's more than the brain. Allow it to relax. Don't worry about things. Good news can wait, and bad news won't go away. So you might just enjoy a few minutes for yourself right now. And as you know, as you've already experienced, worrying about something never fixes that something. And sometimes it exacerbates it by attracting other things to it. So just let it relax. Let it relax in this primordial divine peace. Why divine peace? Why not divine love? Because divine peace is very easy to work with. It's very easy to accept. It's very easy to allow. So this is a great starting point. The other frequencies and the other waveforms, they can come later and they can ride on the back of this divine peace once you master it. And that will occur very quickly if you allow it. So for now, divine peace is perfect. The divine peace that was there in the beginning. The divine peace with which God created creation. And everything within it was created in this divine peace. Hmm. So now we allow this divine peace to radiate into the causal body, the next body out. And in the causal body are all kinds of things that affect all kinds of things. And I don't want you to think about it. I don't want you to try and figure it out. Just relax and know that everything is at peace. You are at peace, and you are the peace. And now we're going to take this divine peace, this special kind of divine peace, and radiate it out. Allow it. That's all you have to do. There's no radiating. You don't actively do it. That's what it does. It emanates, it radiates. You just allow it to expand, and you accept it as it then enters your astral body. Where it then connects into your dream state. And puts many of the stresses at ease. And from there, we're going to allow this divine peace to radiate out into the etheric body. in the system of bodies that I use, but the bodies don't actually exist. They're just sort of arbitrary, like time zones. But the etheric body is the last of the inner bodies. And we're allowing this energy to just fill it with that divine primordial peace. So the next body out, some people call it the Christ body, some people call it the Buddhic body, some people call it the Merkaba body. Whatever you want to call it, just allow the peace to enter into that next body out. All the dimensions of it, all the layers of it, all the sub-layers, the interconnected layers. And as this body completely fills with the primordial peace, it will affect all the other bodies beneath it that we've already done. Allow that. Choose that. And when you experience it, accept it for yourself. So now we're going to take this primordial peace and allow it to expand into the light body. All the layers, sub-layers, interconnected layers. Nothing to think about. Be in the center of the core being and just experience it. And then the next body out is the radiant body. Allow your radiant body to completely fill with this primordial peace that we're working with. Yes. And if you're feeling energy in the third eye and around the skull, That's a good thing. Most people don't, but if you are, don't be concerned. That's a very good thing. I think we've talked about it in some of the other energy sessions. And if you feel a little spacey, that's okay. We're going to pull it in. We're going to ground it. We're not done. And now allow this primordial divine peace to expand out to the last of the bodies in this body system, the ascension body. Again, all the layers, sub-layers, interconnected layers. You might start feeling sensations on your skin, typically on your arms and thighs, sometimes on your face. Very common when you work with the ascension body. Don't be concerned. Good, good, good. So now let's be in the center of the core being, and we're going to repeat after me again. I command that all of my bodies immediately balance, align, center, and ground. Be in the center of the core being. You are your consciousness. You're not the voice in your head. Allow your consciousness to expand and fill as much of your body system, as much of your crystalline structure as it naturally will. Don't force it. Don't push it. Just allow it to expand out. The energy field that we now filled with this divine primordial peace is about 55 feet, 1.67 meters in diameter. Not exactly a sphere, but that's huge. It's like a 5-story building in all directions, centered in you. So now we're going to do some work, a little bit more advanced. I'm going to create the energy. I'm not creating the energy, excuse my poor word choice. I'm going to call in the energy and radiate it out to you. All you have to do is breathe it in. If you're having difficulty allowing the peace, if you think you might be having difficulty allowing the peace, or if you're allowing the peace and you're not sure, this will help you allow the peace better. Just breathe this in, please. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Activate, energize, amplify, anchor it on your node, and allow it to expand out and completely fill your body system. Your energy field, your crystalline structure, your entire being. And now allow that primordial divine peace to expand through your whole system again, very quickly, within a fraction of a second. Boom. Good. Some of you may have perturbations in your field where the energy is not flowing as smoothly as it can. It doesn't matter what the issue is that caused it. We just want the energy to flow smoothly. If this technique sounds good to you, then we'll go through it. If not, then don't follow the instructions. And you'll need to go to a different modality where you actually look to see what the blockage is, and then go ahead and get rid of that perturbation in the field, that blockage. But for now, all you have to do is be in the center of the core being, activate the base chakra, and I'm going to expand this divine peace within you. If you want it, just have that thought now. Some people have described this sensation like being a cloud or being a fluffy ball of cotton. There are other descriptions that people have used, all of them positive. And you can choose to be this. And you can get your work done while you are this. And you can get your work done more efficiently and better while you are this. But I understand that will take time to trust. That's okay. So now we're going to do some clearing in some of the other fields. So we're going to clear some of the ancestral stuff. I will use that word. And we're going to clear some things that are going around in just the density of human consciousness right now on the planet. And we'll just Release some of that from that which you are, because you're not that. You're just attached to it. So if you want, we can free that from you very quickly, very easily. It's your choice. Be in the center of the core being. Have the thought to activate that base chakra below the feet. And be very, very still physically. Do not move your body. And of course, as soon as I say that, you need to itch, you need to scratch, you need to move, you need to twist. Go ahead, I'll give you a moment. Put your glass of water down. And just be very, very still. Good, good, good. So now let your consciousness expand to fill as much of your shell, as much of you in this earth plane as it wants to. No pushing, no shoving, no stretching, no expanding. Let's just be. Now here's the interesting part. Many of you have heard of the Merkaba. Some of you have not. The Merkaba is a stellated dodecahedron, for those of you who want to go look up a geometric shape in sacred geometry. It's in 12 dimensions. It rotates on 3 different axes and 3 different rates of speeds. And if it sounds complex, it can be. But it's a tool. It's part of you. And there's many things that can be done with the Merkaba. One of the things that we can do right here, right now, in this energy session, is we can use it like a gyroscope. If you've ever had one of those gyroscopes as a kid, you pull the string and then it always wants to go back to center. So spiritually, we can put this being at peace on the gyroscope so that you will have a natural inclination to always come back to this. Think about it. You can always reprogram your Merkaba later for using it as a gyroscope. But we can program the gyroscope part of the Merkaba right now to include this. to be able to be at peace, regardless of what's happening around you, at home or at work or anywhere on the planet at any time. Maybe you've noticed that some people do that already. They're just at peace. Everything's really stressful at work and people are all emotional and they're reacting to stress in their own ways. But there's somebody there who just works through it. And the stress doesn't seem to affect them. Stress can be pretty nasty. It usually affects people in their digestion. It can also do long-term damage in the body system in other ways also. So that's why I am proposing this, to alleviate that source of suffering down the road. The most common, I think, of stress-related situations, if I can give a little list, is like eczema, seborrhea, ulcers, outbreaks of cold sores. There's lots of stress-related issues in the body that go beyond just digestion. And then the digestion can get really bad. And you've experienced this. I just don't want you to have to suffer. So think about it. If you don't do it now, you can come through this MP3 again, which you can do anyway, and make the choice then, if not now. But if you would like to have a primordial peace gyroscope within you that's already a part of you, just have that thought. And as you have that thought now, allow me to do the work to effect that change. To basically inscribe your gyroscope with this primordial divine peace. The divine peace with which God created everything. Close your eyes, be in the center of the core being. Activate the base chakra and be physically still. You have to choose it. You have to accept it. And in between those two steps, just allow this energy Allow this energy that I'm allowing to come through me to go through you. If you're wanting this done, I'd like you to reach up above your head with your hands, and you'll feel an energetic ring. If you don't feel the ring, don't worry about it. Like a hula hoop, this ring, this golden ring, and just pull it down, this hula hoop, around your body. And as you get it past your waist, just give it a good push so it goes down past your feet. And now we're going to reach up for a second ring. Feel for that energy ring. If you don't feel the energy ring, that's okay. Maybe your hands are too close in. Maybe they need to be further out. You'll feel it. Most people do. Some people don't. And if you don't feel the energy, don't worry about it. You can always give me a call. You can visit the website to get the number. Grab this second ring now, and the same thing, pull down the hula hoop and just push it down past your hips, knees, ankles, and feet, and send it on its way. And now let's reach up and grab the third ring. For me, it's about this far. It's off camera. And we're going to pull it down. This is the third and final ring. In sacred geometry, 3 is how you seal things. Good. Good, good, good. So I assume you're floating nicely if you've fully participated in everything that's happened so far. And we're about an hour into the recording. So what I'd like to do now is like a quick little pick-me-up to direct you through, which you can then record off the MP3. You can work on it that way yourself if you choose to purchase an MP3 or whatever, or go to that part of the tape. And that'll be good. Do it before you start your workday. Do it when you get back from lunch. It's only 5 minutes, maybe less. Let's see how quickly we can do this. So let's be in the center of the core being. Activate the base chakra. Be in the I Am presence. Be at the throne of God. Let's take in 3 relaxed, deep breaths. And then when you're done with that, let's just be back in the center of the core being. So now just ask in the center of the core being, just ask for primordial divine peace. And breathe it in through your nose if you can. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in some more. Breathe it in more and more and more. Activate it. Energize it. Amplify it. Lock it in on your node in the center of the core being. And just allow it to radiate and emanate out and clear your energy field, your crystalline structure, and your body system of everything that doesn't allow peace. Problems won't go away. They'll just stop causing stress. In the beginning, it'll just reduce the stress. But later, as you continue to use this, the stress will go away. Let's surround ourselves now. Just have the thought to completely surround yourself, completely encapsulate yourself with divine white gold. And in the center of the core being, just repeat after me. I command that all of my bodies immediately balance, align, center, and ground. And there you go. That was only 4 minutes. So be very, very well. And thanks so much for participating in doing this, because every time somebody does this and works with these energies and brings these energies into this plane, it helps the entire planet in ways we can't even imagine. And I think it's wonderful, and I'm so grateful for all of you who do it. Thank you so very, very much. If you find this work helpful and you feel like donating to Shaktify, we are a 501c3 in the United States. You can deduct it from your taxes. Just go to shaktify.com, shaktify.com. Just look below the YouTube thing, and hopefully there'll be a link there if I figure out how to do that. And thanks. Thank you so very, very much. God bless.